Hello, beautiful, and welcome. This is going to be a collective reading. Hopefully, the music's not too loud. If it is, I apologize. Um, we're going to be going over it's a collective reading. It's got a cross of doing it for the Lionsgate portal. So, I do have my Isis deck. Isis is with us in spirit today. But I do have a couple of collective messages before we get into the read real fast. There are new classes starting next month. Please subscribe and meditate to receive the classes. Watching the collective read each month for extra help. I do have lots of spirit guides that will connect with you. The collective reads, spiritual reads, shadow work, and soul growth are extra big. Again, with the extra guidance, help, and where the class is currently in any current assignments. Last year's are still available if you want to meditate and get to them. Look at the 24 and 25 reads. They have all those things still available, including spirit guides to help you. Email me if you need a class, if there's something personal, current works. I have a child author. I have to write down her name and share her with you, but she does an astrology set that I will be sharing. There's going to be new schedules for some of the collective here, incorporating spiritual practice, meditation, and self-care once a week or more. Trying to hit that 30-minute mark. This next year cuts. Company keeping you, or the company you're keeping, getting you to the finals or keeping you from getting there. Being aware of who you keep. Collective major ascension completed by end of Leo 2026. That's a year from now. That's how my year runs. I'm a Leo baby. Happy birthday, babes. But there is a collective major ascension that's being done right now. Meditate to get to the finals. A past life meditation to aid in growth. That's part of this year. The purgatory system, the understanding of heaven on earth, how that's happening. Please do a special meditation of any of these personal messages. Well, semi-personal. They're like, smaller collective messages resonate with you or you feel drawn to. So there was reading something wrong that came through. For some of you, this was in the 3D. Others of you, this was a vision, like trying to see a list or a book page or something like that, and you read a word wrong or part of it wrong. There's an ancestor blocked from communication for part of the collective here. Not listening to God is why they got blocked. However, that breaks down for them. For some of you, you're hearing a voice. It's family, friend, or coworker, etc. But it's not them. It's you. I wonder what this person would say, or having a conversation with them. But you're thinking and processing with a filter of their voice. It's not their actual voice. You're not telepathically communicated at that time. I've got death of attention hell this year for part of the collective. Doesn't feel like you guys are too sad about their ending, but I mean, I can't blame you. Awareness of message manipulation by self and growth from. Discernment and energy, that's coming through big, within and without. Classroom energy understanding. There's a trap you fell for part of this collective. There's a perspective shift and understanding that has to take place. There's blocks and restrictions. Why? Are they permanent? How to remove it or them. Karma, justice, and balance. What they received, are receiving, or will versus what you think they deserve. Remember, there's like a karma basket of poop soup. And whether your poop soup is like good poop soup, like magical, like, yeah, I was a good person poop soup, or like shit soup that they got to eat to balance it out. It's what's right. You have a limited understanding of what this person's done, why they did it, all that kind of stuff, whereas God has a different one. So praying and meditating on that would help part of you. Micromanaging and asking for permission. For some of you, this is 3D. For some, it's spiritually. And then for some of you, it is both. Calling on your spirit team. There's a task for you guys. Finding a missing item. Being guided to it. For some of you, this is working with your guides. For some of you, you're going to be doing this with God. And then for some of you, this is both. I've got sound and vocals for someone here. That getting into throat chakra, the effects, and then enchantments for some people. There's accepting rejection and listening to no for a lower frequency vibe. Remember, again, that karma is attached. You need to listen to no. You need to always ask permission and be respectful. Release of judgment from self, from others, others of self, and then others of others. Collective views on people different from you. And then release of expectations. I've got frequencies being closed off right now, and then those being brought down, especially with heaven on earth. And then parent meditations, however that applies to part of you. Some of you, this is in regards to your parents, and others of you, this is in regards to becoming a parent yourself, or the kind of parent you currently are. All right. Not too painful. Not too painful. I have Trevor Hall playing right now. For some of you, listening to like a shuffle list of his is really going to help you during your ascension process. He is one of those artists that embraces more than one path. All right, what do we got for you? Woo! There's some kind of shift trying to take place. I've got Leo this season, right? Leo is represented by the lion, and you can hear them roar as they enter every room with gusto. Spirit took me to the Yagre 25, and this is the inner warrior year. It's all about changing, embracing your person, taking time to meditate and write in that. They are the shining stars of the zodiac, ready to take on the world in style. If you want some advice on coordinating your outfit, consult a Leo. Fierce Leo is one of the most loyal signs, but do not cross these fiery lines. Spirit taking a part of this collective that has to cut members. Remember loyalty to self. As much as you want to stay loyal to this person or these people, place, situation, etc., you need to stay loyal to yourself first. They will let you know who's boss in a quick second. Clear on what they want, Leos have zero fear of going for what they set their sights on. Juno. In Roman mythology, Juno is the devoted wife of Jupiter, Zeus in Greek mythology, and queen of the universe. In astrology, this asteroid represents intimate relationships, marriage, commitment, and partnership, along with all the complexities that come with interpersonal relationships, including jealousy and infidelity. Look to Juno in your chart to see which zodiac sign is transiting for clues on whom you should be with and the attributes you might look for in a strong relationship. So those of you looking for extra advice. Also abundance that was coming through with Juno, baby for someone here. And then I've got conjunction. A conjunction is when two planets are within 0 to 3 degrees of each other within the exact same sign. This major aspect is like mega superglue between two planets. Conjunctions are no joke. They can be really intense since the two planets are sharing a small space. If the planets have complementary energies, this can be beneficial. Otherwise, this supercharged aspect can be difficult one to navigate. Some of you, it's these bonds that are going to be forming this next year. Those marriages, those commitments, those real intense partnerships. Others of you, it's having to break that apart. It's to the point where it's explosive in a negative way, chemistry between you two. This person may let jealousy come out in them, and they may try and sabotage you this year. So it's just important. And then I've got waxing gibbous. A waxing gibbous moon is 75 to 99% lit. It's on its way to the upcoming full moon. Paying attention to that and the energies you felt around. During this phase, you should take advantage of the expanding energy and apply that toward letting go of anything that is holding you back. This phase is when you take matters into your own hands and consider and possibly adjust where continued expansion needs to take place in your life. People born in this phase are purpose-driven and care deeply about other people's well-being, especially if you're getting into those charts. All right, we're going to get into the reading. We're going to get yours, incoming, end, and guidance. We'll start with an overview. These are also one of my Egyptian decks. I can't remember what it's called right now. And then we'll get into the 9 card specifics of tarot. Alrighty. Let's get yours currently. We've got prosperity. Yes. Big expansion for you in this upcoming year. You can harness so much energy, channel that, and just grow beautifully. So, especially if you listened to last week's, take the time to really sit down end of this month into next month and see what plan, how you can get where you want to go most successfully. Where to invest that energy and with whom. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Things are moving in your favor. Some of you really embracing the destined path. Life purpose unfolding. Knight of Pentacles, that planning though. If you take the time to do a guided plan, you're going to do further in this year, rather than just feeling the inspiration and not having a vision on what you're trying to create. I do apologize if that radio is a bit loud. 6 of Swords. Lessons learned moving forward. Nothing but calm seas ahead for you. You're moving forward and in the right direction right now in your life. Just know that. Strength. For some of you, this wasn't easy. I know a lot of my collective had that year this year where people exposed, having to make cuts, dealing with the ascension, demonic attacks. I mean, it's been intense. All right, what's been coming at ya? Focus, healing with 33. 33, a big ascension jump. A big jump. Those of you who are able to connect to Isis, doing a meditation after this one, receiving messages. But this is like 3D healing as well as soul healing. For some of you, yeah, that's on an emotional level, but others of you, this has to do with like pieces of your soul after your soul ascension. And then the healing that brings into you. Integrating highest self. Ace of Swords, yeah. Clear understanding, clear direction. Success. Queen of Wands. Definitely having the passion to make it happen, the energy. Big abracadabra vibes. The Queen of Wands is a master conjurer. Being able to harness, control, and channel that energy. Stepping into that. And then Page of Pentacles. There's a new opportunity being presented to you. For some of you, this is going to be received in the 3D, and then others of you, this is one of your downloads that you're able to then plant and expand upon. Good for you. Justice and balance on the bottom. This is karmic repayment. Like I said, everybody's got that karmic basket, but yours is full of light and blessings. Let's get to your end. I've got devastation on the bottom with the moon in number 30. Don't panic. It's not, yeah, faith and wisdom. For some of you, it's like you're untouched by whatever's being brought to you. Especially if you separated from a group recently. Like, that group is going to be going through something, but you're not going to be. Let's get into the specifics. Chariot. For some of you, unwilling to leave something or someone toxic behind. It's just what has to happen to get you to move. Spirit's trying to move you on this, and you're not willing to. So they're gonna, you know what I mean? Others of you, there's some kind of car accident. But you're fine. You may not even be in the vehicle. You just know those who are affected by the car accident. 3 of Cups. It's all good in the end. I know it's hard to say when you're like, there's a car accident, but obviously they were taken. It's because they needed to be. Whether that's because they're supposed to be more interdimensional or because they were causing pain and suffering. I mean, you would know. But you're fine. Whatever happens, you're fine. For some of you, there's something that in the past you wouldn't be able to handle. You would take as a grand devastation, but like this time around, you're like, I got this. I'm not even struggling with it. There's big growth in you. And then 3 of Wands. There's an opportunity for expansion through it. And for some of you, like I said, this is a test where you handle it better than you would in the past. And that allows you to adjust your plan. There's lack of confidence in part of you. And so you're going to write this original plan, have this idea. And then before the end of the year, something's going to happen to where you realize you are more protected. You are stronger than you were. And then you get this guidance. I mean, there's a reason to celebrate. You recognize your growth, but then you're like, wait a second. Maybe I could adjust my plan and get where I want to go faster. I've got a trust fall for part of the collective. And others of you, it's just, it's a test, but it allows you to see how much you've grown. Oh, the music stopped playing. I'm sorry. Yeah, 7 of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Empress with the Ace of Wands. This resourcefulness that you have to take. It really just finishes bringing down the piece of the puzzle, the recognition of self, and how you've grown. For some of you, that's that final piece, though, to where you pursue the ultimate gift. You know what I mean? You might have planned something smaller, thinking that's all you could handle, but you keep getting pushed to this, but this is the big light you're supposed to make, not just this little light. All right. Let's get your guidance here. Especially when you want to bring down light, love, and healing, and aid to the collective. You get extra protection. And if you finish your ascension, or are just about to, you're about to receive even more gifts. But you're going to have one test so you can see how much you've grown. It's a confidence booster. All right, you got Hermitage, Kansu with the number 20 for your guidance here. Not being afraid to pull within to get that guidance you need, that planning that you need, that understanding. Others of you, it's this cocoon phase. Yeah, with enlightening on the bottom, it's a cocoon phase. You're not pulling in necessarily for very long, but it's understanding of self, how you want to present yourself, how you want to present what you're supposed to bring, all that. That's this little phase that you're going through right now. But by the end of the year, all those things you should be able to accomplish. Sorry, I was looking at the clock. I'm trying to read it. Page of Wands. In Hermitage is where you're going to find your inspiration. Excitement. This is a new chapter, a new phase, a new journey. Ace of Cups. So much happiness. So much happiness. So much prosperity. Your cup gonna overflow. And the Nine of Wands. There's a easier way to accomplish your goal. And the more that you do these reflections and these check-ins where it's like, am I taking the easiest steps? Am I doing all that I can do? Am I pushing myself as hard as I can? Am I pushing myself too hard? All those little check-ins are going to help you avoid not enjoying accomplishing the goal in the first place. You guys got Knight of Swords, Nine of Cups, and High Priestess. And Two of Cups. Staying guided in your actions. Being able to move faster than you used to while staying guided is definitely coming through for a large portion of the collective. But you're able to fulfill your wishes. All right. Let me pull a couple of these ones. Someone's rushing and it keeps causing all their blocks. I've got material harvest and spiritual strength. You guys are about to have a big gain because you've been put through it. You're stronger than you were. And like I said, you've got this little mini test where you prove to yourself, I am stronger than I was. I have more faith than I used to. If you've been in energetic battles, I'm energetically stronger than I used to be. But you've got rewards for having faith, doing the work, clearing the vessel. 9 and 9. Completing a lot of and breaking past life karmic traits, perceptions, friends. Hope. Don't lose that. That's your light. Well, one of them. You know what I mean? But again, getting back to that faith, having hope. For some of you, it's just so much more light in you than there used to be, and it's gorgeous. But you're able to embrace that and navigate with it. Base chakra. Some of you finishing up your major ascensions this month and next month. Clear instincts by the end of it. Those of you that are farther behind or are going to start next or last year's classes this year, by this time next year, you should be finishing your major ascension. But you're getting back to one, the basics. The basics of knowing you. Disruption. Yeah. If you still haven't completed that, that's why it's hard for you to receive a message and not have doubt. It's why your instincts are not as in tune and connected as they should be. But you can get through that. I've got people who did in less than a year, especially, like I said, if you meditate. And then you've got foundation and achievements with the number 4. you have a better foundation to build upon. Others of you, that's what you can look forward to by doing the work by next year if you do the work. Fulfillment of wishes. Number 9 again. Those of you that completed that, congratulations. And yeah, it's just this light energy, creation energy, blessed energy for you. Oh, wait, I wanted to do that one next. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull the Isis one. I am going to read. Hopefully it's not too long and painful, but these inserts are a little bit longer than some of the other ones, so you can deal with me for a page or two, right? Temple of Black Obsidian, the Dark Healing Chamber, and then Magic and Ritual, Crafting Sacred Practice. I'm actually going to read this one because it's for the Higher Frequency Collective. If you guys want, I'll post this one. But remember, you're at the beginning of that healing year that they just completed, which is why it may take you up to a whole year to receive what you want. But we got to update the practices. Magic and Ritual. Yeah, that's why. Come on, man. How close are we? Are we even NMs? L? Now we're in M. Miracles. Seriously? It's the next one. Okay. Magic and Ritual. For us to grow empowered and potent on the path of ancient feminine power, we need to honor our knowing and being and cultivate sacred practice. Actually, I'll put this down because I think I'm shaking a lot. Can you show you? Alright. Where we're at. Sacred practice becomes the habit of growing our spiritual power and consciousness. Like a garden needing regular care and watering to blossom and flourish, our inner garden of the soul, where our creativity, joy, spiritual gifts, and bliss bubble away, also needs regular attention. Coming to our practice takes strength and inner will. Even though it can feel amazing, we still have to wake up, set aside time, and discipline ourselves to show up for our own inner growth. We will reap the benefits when we do, but we must allow ourselves to fall in love with our practice, to craft something that really speaks to us, so we want to do it. The desire and the discipline together help us engage with our practice regularly, and we can grow so fast it can be quite shocking. When the initiative shows particular promise, higher guidance will often encourage that they develop a regular practice to hone their spiritual and creative abilities and more fully manifest their divine potential. This oracle is guidance that you do have great power and wisdom within you, but you need to provide channels for it to flow and be active and empowered in your physical life. Sacred practice is such a channel. Without these channels, the ego is left to create on its own, which is not much fun at all. Ego believes in fear and separation, and no matter how much it may want to feel love, bliss, connection, joy, and fulfillment, it really cannot do it without your spiritual presence in life. Alright, I'm going to go to the back here. Sacred practice with the Lady Isis. If possible, have some music playing softly in the background and a candle handy, ready to light. Rest quietly in a space where you will not be disturbed and close your eyes. Say aloud, I call upon Isis, who loves me unconditionally and my own divine self now, in love, light, peace, and power. May blessings, protection, healing, and awakening abound. I dedicate my practice to divine love, so be it. Sit quietly as you listen to your music and light your candle. Say, with this candle alight, I open my practice in sacred space. You may like to sing or chant the incantation below, or any favorite prayer or poem. So we have, I am, I am, I am. I am the light divine. I am the love sublime. I am the peace beyond space and time. I am, I am, I am. When you are ready, close your eyes and become aware of your heart and body. From the base of your spine down to your toes, and up towards the crown of your head until you are peacefully aware of what the inside of your body feels like with gentle awareness. Follow the breath and keep your awareness in your body. When you are ready, imagine a soft ball of pure light within your heart expanding with your breath until it fills your whole body and your energy field extending around your body. Now imagine sealing that light with a bubble of violet light and golden light in 2 layers, wide, strong, around your energy field. When you have done this, gently open your eyes and place your hands in a prayer position with your 4 fingers touching your forehead, your head bowed slightly, and say, "For divine light, love, and protection, I give thanks now. I am, I am, I am." When you're ready, just extinguish your candle and you are done. Hopefully that helps you in your practice. But yeah, especially if you're trying to connect with self, you can do that to connect with yourself, obviously, with God the Divine, or however you refer to the Divine, or if you're looking to connect with Isis herself. Just set your intentions on whom you're wishing to communicate with. A time for healing, balsamic moon. Woo. You and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. Your blessings ahead. And then don't let your past hold you back with South Node. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries, and then hold your vision with fixed moon. It's all going to be for the best. I said you're going to see how protected you are, the right move you made by leaving a group or situation. You're going to see all that and be like, I'm so glad I listened. You guys have number 0220. Act on your idea. Realistic and practical approach goals. Divine timing, ambition, cooperation, and discipline. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potential when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Definitely on them good vibes. And then, as I say that, 1144, high vibes. Divine intervention, prosperity, big ventures, fated events, faith, purpose, higher calling. Love or other happiness lurks just around the corner. It will be something much better than in your wildest dreams. A rare opportunity, an exciting encounter with like-minded people will exceed your expectations. You're getting linked up with the right people in your life. All right, I've got yes or no. There will be 3 piles to pick from. So if you have a question, think of it now. Whichever one resonates with you, please take that one. Ooh, almost like, what is that, like a radio? 1, 2, 3. All right, pile 1, your answer is yes, with number 2 and boundaries. Pile 2, your answer is yes, the summer and the number 27. And pile 3, yes, with astrological events, changes, and charts. Yes, yes, yes. All right, I'm going to pull my Cali. Krishna. You can have what you need and desire, but you must be prepared to enter into the sacred fire to make the appropriate offering. Shift from focusing on what isn't working to handing over all concerns as a prayer offering to the divine. All can then be resolved and shall manifest according to loving and generous grace. Someone's getting better at seeing bad energy, identifying it. Dark energies for someone here. You've definitely grown and understand more than you tell yourself you do. Alright, 1. God, please let me feel your light and love. Amen and Asante. Just praying for that for some of you here. If you're feeling a disconnect or want extra, again, that spirit guided activity, very big for part of the collective here. All right. I hope that this reading helped you. And I look forward to connecting with you again. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please consider tithing as well. Like $5. I gotta get like my certificate. I'm getting ordained and stuff. What? Little Buddha bitch, that's me. Alright, I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Alright, bye.